Beware of these days. 2 Peter 3:17. You, therefore, beloved, knowing this beforehand, be on your guard so that you are not carried away by the error of unprincipled men and fall from your own steadfastness. Words worth noting as a believer. Be on your guard so that you are not carried away. Alternatively expressed, 2 Peter 3:17. As for you, divinely loved ones, since you are not forewarned of these things, be careful that you are not led astray by the error of the lawless and lose your firm grip on the truth. For that very reason, take note of the following days and be prepared to deal with them according to the truth of God. The singer said, "Some days are diamond, some days are stone." The fact of the matter is that such days are there, but it is the strategy and plan that counts when these days come around. 1. Day of wrath. Romans 2:5. But because your heart is obstinate and shameless, you're storing up wrath that will count against you. On the day of His choosing, God's wrath and judgment will be unleashed to make things right. Job 20:28. The increase of his house will depart, and the goods will flow away in the day of his wrath. Here is the solution. 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. This means that we keep our eyes on Jesus. John 6:63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. 2. Day of temptation. Psalms 95:8. Do not harden your hearts, as in the rebellion, as in the day of trials in the wilderness. Psalms 95:6. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for He is our God, and we are the people of His pasture, and the sheep of His hand. Today, if you will hear His voice, here is the solution. Matthew 4:3-5. The tempter came to Him and said, If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. But Jesus answered, It is written, Man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. John 6:63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. 3. Day of trouble. Psalms 20:1. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. Here is the solution. May the name of the God of Jacob defend you. Some trust in chariots, and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Psalm 50:15. Call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. 4. Day of adversity. Proverbs 24:10. If you show yourself lacking courage on the day of distress, your strength is mirage. Here is the solution. Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. 5. Day of the Lord. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. Zephaniah 1:14. Near is the great day of the Lord, near and coming very quickly. Listen, the day of the Lord. In it, the warrior cries out bitterly. Here is the solution. Jesus addressed this in Luke 12:35-40. Be dressed ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose masters finds them watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose masters find them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. 6. Day of Visitation. 1 Peter 2:12. Live such good lives among the pagans that, though they accuse you of doing wrong, they may see your good deeds and glorify God on the day he visits. Daniel 6:4. Thus, the administrators and satraps sought a charge against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find no charge or corruption, because he was trustworthy, and no negligence or corruption was found in him. Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Here is the solution. Colossians 3:23 and 24. Put your heart and soul into every activity you do, as though you are doing it for the Lord himself, and not merely for others. For we know that we will receive a reward, an inheritance from the Lord, as we serve the Lord Yahweh, the Anointed One. Jesus addressed this in Matthew 6:16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, and they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. 7. Day of Salvation. 2 Corinthians 6:2. For he says, in the time of favor I heard you, and in the day of salvation I helped you. Behold, now is the time of favor. Now is the day of salvation. Here is the solution. Psalm 69:13. But my prayer to you, O Lord, is for a time of favor. In your abundant loving devotion, O God, answer me with your sure salvation. Isaiah 49:8. This is what the Lord says. In the time of favor I will answer you, and in the day of salvation I will help you. I will keep you and appoint you to be a covenant for the people, to restore the land, to apportion its desolate inheritances. Luke 21:36. But keep on the alert at all times, praying that you may have strength to escape all these things that are about to take place, and to stand before the Son of Man.